welcome to GuruFocus.com. My name is Charlie T. I'm the founder and CEO of GuruFocus. With this video, I want to show you how to use GuruFocus Interactive Chart. It's a very powerful charting tool, which you'll find out in my videos later here. This is the GuruFocus homepage. The way to get into GuruFocus chart is actually very easy. You can just tap the stock ticker you're interested, and it has several selections here, the summary page, and the interactive chart, the financials. I come to the interactive chart directly. And as always, it shows you the history of the stock prices of last 40 some years. And if I just want to look at the last 20 years, okay, I click on here, and I want to look at the year-to-date performance, and then click here, and you can look at the chart options here, and I want to look at percentage change instead of the real number. So year-to-date, Apple stock is down about 13.6%, but if you look at the last 5 years, Apple is down close to 300%. If you look at the last 10 years, of course, went up more than 640%. And now I come to the regular. I just don't look at the year-to-date chart, and I can add other series to it. I can add revenue, net income, because the scale of revenue and net income is so different from the stock price. So the net revenue and net income all drawn here, and that's annual data. If I look at the quarterly data of the revenue and net income, I just get rid of this stock price. You can see that Apple business is a seasonal business. It's each quarter can be quite different, and that's revenue and net income. And I want to look at the year-over-year change. Okay, the year-over-year change is for the annual data only. You can see the year-over-year change of Apple. And now I come back to the regular, and you can easily see the valuations too. For instance, I want to look at the P ratio of Apple stock, and I just click on P ratio here. The P ratio is this green line. If I don't like the color and I want to change it to red, just click on that. It's red color. And I want to compare it with a different company. And just make it simpler. I uncheck this revenue and net income. Just look at the P ratio of Apple, compare with Google, for example. And now the two ratios, two stock historical P ratio is here, and to make the color more distinct, okay, Google is in green color and Apple is in red color. You can see for a long time, Apple has been traded at a much lower P ratio than Google. And from the pandemic on, the stock has been trading more in similar valuations, much closer valuations. Apple stock went up a lot during the pandemic. So those are the chart features. And if you want to draw any other series, for instance, you cannot find it here, you can just tap here, and to look for the series you are interested. For instance, I want to look at the cash and the cash equivalent. It's cash and cash equivalent for the two companies, cash and cash equivalent. So okay, it's actually here already. It's a balance sheet item. I click on there, and it's listed there already. And you can see the P ratio. If I remove the P ratio, okay, remove the P ratio here, and we can see the cash. How much cash and cash equivalents Apple has, how much Google has for that, and they are all very rich with cash. And I uncheck it, so now I don't have anything left. And I can add back to revenue, for instance. That's a revenue of two companies. And you can add series that's not existing here by doing the customized filters, customized indicators here. And create one, for instance, I call it test 5. And I want it, for instance, revenue divided by cost goods sold. Just cost goods sold. I just want to do it. And now I created it, it's here, and I check it, it's added. And if I get rid of this revenue series, that's the ratio I created. The number test 5, it's revenue divided by cost goods sold. You can see that's different for Apple and Google, because the two companies has quite different margins, and Google is here and Apple is there. They all have both high margins, but different margins. That's why they're here. Okay, talking about the margin, and let's draw the margin here. I just look for margin. Okay, we have gross margin, we have operating margin. Look at the gross margin and the net margin. So they are different for the two companies. Gross margin, Google has much higher gross margins than Apple because Google is a pure software company. Apple has hardware. Usually software companies has higher margins. If I just look at the net margin, actually, they're close. Their net margins are close. So that's a charting series here, and you can create different templates. You can create templates, and we actually have some templates here already, and a very famous templates, Peter Lynch charts. It will draw for both of them. I just remove it for Google, and you can see it's Apple Peter Lynch chart. That's a earnings line. That's a price line, and according to Peter Lynch, when the price line is higher than earnings line, the stock will go down. That's the case for Apple. And then there's a famous price to sales valuation band. That's if the stock is always traded at a historical high valuation, PS valuation, it should be here. If it's always low, it's here. Now, although Apple went down some, but still it's higher, closer to the high end of the price to sales band. And okay, I just click on dividend yield and Peter Lynch chart with estimates. It's a Peter Lynch chart with the future estimates here also. And you can create your own templates. Actually, you can select all the series you have there, and the ones you save it and you set it as default. For instance, if I set this I come to this price to sales band, I set that as default. I set as default. And now, next time, if I come to a chart for a different company, for instance, Moody's, it's Warren Buffett holding, I come here. It should show me the price to sales band immediately already here. And we can come to different time periods. Last 15 years, last 10 years, the chart will adjust based on the historical high low during those periods. And drawing the chart, that's see, the chart it's my default chart. And then of course you can always download it, download the image, download as an image. And also you can download, yeah, the image is here downloaded. You can use it in different places. You can also download the data. It will allow you to download data. All these are premium features. You can embed, get the embed code and embed it into your on internet somewhere. And again, it's a very powerful tool, and you can take the advantage of it, play with it. I'm sure that it will be very helpful to your stock research, and it can save you a lot of time, make you understand more about the history of the company and the stocks. With all these features, we want to help you with your research, save your time, make better decisions. As always, contact us by chat, online chat, or support ticket. You can even visit us in our Plano office. I'll be very glad to meet you personally. Thank you again for watching this video.